Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about loneliness. So loneliness is the topic for December. I feel like extroverts and introverts handle being alone different. I think extroverts handle it the worst, being alone the worst, simply because they get their energy from being with people, and introverts get their energy from their alone time. But no matter what, loneliness is definitely something that both parties can agree upon. Because loneliness, I feel like you feel the most when you feel the most lonely is when you go through a hard time and no one understands what you're going through. That's what makes you feel alone. It makes you feel like no one understands what you're going through. And then when you go through those hardships and that, you use something to help you, as in like alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, cigars, stuff like that. But I feel like the most important thing, but like, there's a reason why everyone goes through hardships. It's not to be like, people go through hardships not because they have to, but because it helps them grow as a person. I know that's cliche and like said like 1,000 times, but honestly, it's 100% true. One of my YouTubers I used to watch when I was younger, he said that like you can choose to be happy or you can choose to be sad. And at first when I heard that, I didn't think that was true, but then now I'm like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. You can choose to let something affect you, or you can choose not to let something affect you. If you choose to let something affect you, that's when you're more likely to do alcohol, drugs, cigars, cigarettes, stuff like that. But if you choose to not let it affect you, then you're brushing off your shoulders. You're like, yes, this is a hardship. Yes, I'm going through something hard. But who cares? It's going to make me stronger in the end, and that's that person like who will push through anything, for sure. I know for me, that's something that like, I need to work on is deciding what affects me and what doesn't, what's my problem and what's not. Because there's stuff that like my parents deal with, but I have to try to remind myself that's not my problem. That's their problem, which is very hard to do when you're a teenager. But one thing's for sure is that we all struggle with hardships. We all struggle with something. We all struggle with our own flaws. We all struggle with our friends. There's struggles like that we have to push through. There's struggles like how you deal with seeing someone after a breakup. Whether it was a clean break or whether it was a messy one, you have to deal with that. But just because people deal with loneliness and they deal with being alone and that, it's important for you to find out that actually in a way helps you when you go through hardships, because you discover who your real friends are and who you're not, and who's not a real friend. I know for me, when my parents got divorced, it helped me discover who was my friend groups, who was actually there and who actually cared, and not who was just who was a fake friend. And I know that that might not make any sense, but all harsh, there's always like a positive, there's something good that comes out of a hardship. There's always something positive that comes out of it. Whether you can see it right away or whether it takes time. My advice for whatever hardship you go through, find the positive in it. Find the bright side in it. Don't just focus on negative, because you just focus on negative, then you'll never look on the bright side of things. I know a lot of times when people go through hardship, they'll try to find religion, they'll try to do stuff like that. I highly recommend doing that, because that's one thing like that has definitely helped me through all my hardships. It's faith. No matter whether it was a big hardship or a small one. I feel like big and small hardships depend a lot on the person and the type of person you are. But there's definitely major ones, there's definitely small ones out there. But I think one thing that's important to know is that through all those hardships, just find people you can trust, discover who your true friends are and all of that. And do not turn to like substance abuse. That's my only advice for hardships. Suggestions of what I should do for January, please leave them in the comment section down below, and be sure to like this video and subscribe. And I will be posting the next video. I'll see you guys then. Bye.